And happy Friday, Burke.
Happy Friday, John.
How you doing?
Fair to Midland. How are you?
Yeah, made it through. Made it through one of the first weeks of January. I said on a call this week, January is the Monday of months.
Oh, man. Coming back here at Microsoft where like in December,
it's just gone. Everyone's shut down.
Everyone's just gone. Or it winds down the first part of December, and then you're like, all right, well, we're not going to start anything new, and we've ended everything. And then you show up in January, and it's like, all right, now we got to spin everything back up again.
Yeah, and a lot of people like check out in December, but then when they come back in January, they're like, all right, let's go. You know,
right.
They're like 12 different meetings, and they want to kick off initiatives and all that business. So.
What's up, chat? How are y'all?
Yeah, we got Blazor, Mr. Magoo. Hello to you.
Christian
David, and Stealthy Archer. That sounds dangerous.
What's up?
All right.
Good afternoon. I'm gonna say Stealthy somewhere in Europe.
Oh wow. All right.
I'm gonna guess the UK.
You know, if you're gonna be an archer, I think Stealthy is the best way to go.
Yeah. Well, for sure. You don't want to be like a clumsy.
Yeah. No, you don't want to be obvious.
Yeah.
I say this from I played Assassin's Creed.
So you know all about archery because
I do. You want to hide out and you want to use all the stealth features, really. Not the EU. All right.
Well, then what? Oh, because maybe they're East Coast. Are you East? You got to be East Coast. Central Time or Eastern Time? This is important to know. I've been playing, speaking of archery, I've been playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild again, starting over from scratch. Did you play that one?
I did not.
Oh,
I guess maybe that's in my future.
It's one of the best games that's ever been made.
All right.
Platform. Yeah, chat will back me up. Right, chat? Tell him. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh, Jamaica. What time is it in Jamaica? Jamaica.
That's not very stealthy. Giving away your location.
That's Central Time. I'm gonna say Jamaica Central Time. I'm guessing.
Right.
Anyway,
okay.
What are we gonna do today? There's first things we can do.
Okay, for those that have stumbled on new, which is nobody, let me show off what we're doing here. So we've got this. This is what happens here. This is a site. It tracks building. It allows grouping a list of things. List of links. It's very useful. I love it. It has you sign in with Twitter, and then you can track. Oh, look at that! It's because I'm on the wrong thing. Well, but regardless, you can sign in, and then it gives you your list. I've not tested that workflow before. Anyhow, it's cool, but it's several years old, and we're kind of looking at updating it to the latest Azure Static Web Apps, trying it out in Blazor. We've done this much stuff, which is a lot of stuff.
We've done a lot of stuff.
And now we're figuring out some things. There was, I think we're looking at local storage today.
Yeah,
I do have an update on the .NET 8 optimization, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll give my quick report. My quick report is mostly sadness. So I did come across this issue. There's this there's this WASM tools workload. .NET 8 has these kind of extra, like additional workloads. If you're going to do something more advanced or a specific thing, you can install a workload. So there's this WASM tools to turn on like the full trimming and all that stuff. And it looks like this is our friend Thomas, who's PM over at Static Web Apps. And it's like they're working on a fix for .NET 8. So currently not like fully supported. When I turn this on locally, I did, oops, I'm not sharing. I got to share my, I'll stop screen sharing. I'll present sharing my window. Rookie mistake, entire screen. There we go. Boom. Okay. So I turned on like all these things, you know, you can say, I don't need time zone support because that brings in stuff. You can collation data, another internationalization thing, like invariant globalization. Like, so I turned all this stuff on, and then I made sure that that workload was installed. And then like when you do a build now, all this stuff happens. It calls off the EMCC. It does all this Inscripton business. It does. I turned on anyway. All this stuff happens, and I can publish it locally, and it's got like an optimized build. But I don't think it's working on static web apps yet. And the main way I tested it, and here I quickly get out of my depth, is if I go into this. I run it with in a incognito window, so there's no caching. It doesn't use any local caching of the WASM, and it looks like it's still a little bit bigger in .NET 8 than it was in .NET 7.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go through all that, but it's like that was my results of my study. So I think short-term .NET 8 is not gonna. It's gonna take a little time, and even when it does. From what I was reading, they're like, well, we keep adding features and working on the size, but the two kind of fight each other. So like when they add cool new features, that increases
the size. Well, that makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
As long as you have the trimming or the code splitting, as we might call it, or tree shaking rather, then it's fine. It's totally fine, but
yeah. So that's my report.
Okay. Well, we can do local storage. I need to grab something to drink real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do local storage.
Okay.
And then we'll do local storage real quick.
All right.
I don't know. Sing that song you were singing to me earlier.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how long I'll be gone. I was here. Let me see if I've got something. State management. There are things we can use in state management. So we're doing just a local container thing, but there's more advanced stuff you can do. There's state containers that are like similar to like Redux and stuff. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do. Where is my song? I think this will work. Okay, Burke said to sing a song. Now I don't know if I can share this with. Add to stage. Okay. Oh, Burke, you got here just in time. I was loading up. Oh, well, I was sharing it. This is FL Studio. You ever seen this thing? FL Studio?
No.
Okay, let me see. I don't know if I'm sharing it with.
Are you making sick beats?
Oh, I was trying to. Okay, let me try again here. Share, present, share screen. Now I've got to turn on share audio. Okay, doing it. Entire screen. Okay.
Happy Friday, War and Peas.
Okay, so my kid was doing this thing with a game, and it was an 80s video or an 80s mall. And so I made this this thing like you would hear. So let me see if it plays. Okay. So this is the bass.
Wait for the game.
For the game, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, okay. And then if I go, so it's been a little bit in here. So there's all these different tracks, you know. So like, this is the scratchy thing. So it's supposed to be cheesy 80s, you know. And then like, oh, I like the Lindrum. It's a thing I like. So anyways.
That sounds good, man. How are you making that? You have a keyboard, or is that all like software?
This is mostly in software, but I have this FL keyboard behind me that hooks up to it, and it like does all the like. You can say like control this thing or control that thing or whatever. So, all right. Well, anyways, I did my time filling until you got back.
No, that's good. Yeah, I said play a song. You played a song. Amazing.
I did. Okay. There we go.
All right. So let's do local storage.
Local storage.
Local storage goodness. And as usual, my regular disclaimer that this isn't hard at all. So entire screen, maybe this screen, this one, did that work?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's our project. It's like fresh out the oven. Is it running? Yeah, it's already running. Is this running here?
Blazor Mr. Magoo is asking if you made that wooden @ sign behind you.
So it's actually made out of metal, and it looks like that because it's all rusted. There's it's this flea market, and there's all these like big. Somebody had basically salvaged letters off of a building that had this big sign, metal letters, right?
Yeah.
And they were selling them to people for like $60 a pop, right? And everybody is trying to buy like the letters for their name, or they wanted to spell out, family or something. And there's like an @ sign that nobody wanted, and they were like giving it away. Like, somebody take this freaking @ sign. I was like, dude, that's amazing. I'll take that @ sign. Yeah.
Wow. Okay then.
So there we go. It's dope.
I'm glad the question was asked.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's my browser? What you do with my browser, John? New tab.
Of course, closed it.
Let's go to the demo profile. Let's just do a workspace.
I really like all the profiles. I've got a work profile. I've got a personal profile. I've like.
The only thing is, sometimes it gets confused, and it's like, oh, you're trying to access this site. You always do that with this profile, and just keeps trying to switch over. And you're like, please.
The other thing I hate is that Microsoft has enabled like whatever security for GitHub, and I can't use my personal profile to access any Microsoft.
You can, but you have to link it to your Microsoft account.
Right, and I try and keep them separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can't do that. Can't be two people, John.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Localhost 4280. That's where we hang out. That's where life happens. So you can see I'm logged in here. So what we're trying to solve is that, like, if we put in some links, here's the Googs. Mm-hmm. Let's do Microsoft. I was like creeping on people's websites. I'm like, do they have the correct metadata?
Of course he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I was on a call with him yesterday, and he was showing like he's got Webfinger set up on his. He's got all the stuff set up on his.
Live, love, bike, and code.
Yeah.
What James went with. So I actually fixed mine up as well, so that it pulls in the right. It was not pulling in the right stuff, and I was like, I can't work in. Yeah, unacceptable.
So I got to tell you too, I did some extra work on this when we were doing our support for Open Graph is better in this implementation than it was in the previous URL list, because I like dig around in a bunch of different fields.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it's pulling in like the Apple Touch icon.
See?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I pull in the higher quality ones, but if they're not there, I pull in the fave icon PNGs and some stuff like that.
All right.
Sortable, so beautiful.
So this is the problem we're trying to solve is this. Like, say I'm here, and then like something happens, and maybe the page closes, right? Or I refresh or whatever, and then all this stuff goes away. And you can imagine
I did that this week. I did that this week on Monday or Tuesday morning. Yeah.
Right. That's super annoying, especially if you spend time like customizing and working on this list. You might bail on this app altogether and be like, never again. So we don't want that to happen.
No.
So what we're going to do is we're going to store this list in local storage so that it's just always there. And then we're going to try to rehydrate it from local storage whenever the app loads.
Yeah.
So to do that, let's go to our state container, which somebody asked about state in chat, John.
Yeah, they did.
Yes. Blazor has these things called state containers, which I really like. I think they're simple. A lot of times state gets really complex, and I just don't think it needs to be. By the way, we can get rid of this because we're not doing any HTTP calls. So that felt good. All right. So what do we want to do here? We want to, also we can take this out because.
Wow. Okay.
We're trimming it down. Yeah.
Deleting code.
Like our state container.
Deleting code. Did we delete all the stuff? Like there's the weather API and the weather model and stuff. See, we still have weather for a bit.
No, I want to leave it. I'm leaving it.
You think we're gonna like expand our business? We might pivot to a weather app. Because I want to see what excuse they come up with.
I'm not sure why it's here, but I'm not going to mess with it.
Okay.
I like it like it is.
It's like I got nothing.
What was it going to say?
Type in because.
Oh! I'm not even going to delete it. I'm just going to leave it here. I'm not going to move it to a different folder. I'm just going to leave it here. I'm not even going to rename it. I'm just going to leave it here.
Okay, leave that.
Dude, I can't not take this comment.
What on earth?
What is that?
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Incredible. Copilot just absolutely glitched.
That's what they call the mega hallucination.
No kidding.
Wow.
I mean, this is just like, I mean, at this point, you're just like chanting.
That's poetry. That's like a rap almost. A rap commit. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna change the commits. I'm just gonna leave it here. Yeah, it's a hook. Copilot wrote us a hook for this.
Wow. Okay. Some angst there. All right. Well, so back to local storage.
Yeah. Sorry. So we want to save this thing to local storage. So let's do that. Save. I like to use comment. Save link bundle to local storage.
Yeah.
And then it's like, cool. Maybe you want a comment. I don't. I want a function. What? Wow.
No. Yeah.
Sometimes the Copilot, you got to try it a couple different ways.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, so it's adding the JS interop. It's pulling that in. It's getting, it's saving and it's loading. Okay, we're just going to do everything. I mean, that's fine. So I don't know why we need this. I don't think we need that. But save link bundle to local storage. Load link bundle from local storage. What's this? What doesn't it like here? A null reference assignment. There we go. Rest of code.
Okay.
I don't, but I don't know. Save link bundle to local storage, set item link bundle JSON, and then load link bundle.
The current app does not have local storage support, right? This is a new feature we're adding.
What is save the link bundle? That isn't even a thing.
Saved link file. Well, value is being, yeah, it's not, is it not using it? It should be passing saved link bundle into saved link bundle to, but it doesn't.
There is no saved link bundle property. Let's get out of this. There's some things I do want. Like I want
okay, so we're also getting a comment. Well, I don't know which line it is now. We're missing an await.
Yeah, it's all
right.
So let me back up a second. So here, what I do want to do is what is it? The JS interop. Okay, and then we want to inject that here. It's like right? No, hold on. Inject JS interop. There we go. So this is what we need to actually, rest of code. Thank you. This is what we need to actually write to the local storage.
Okay.
And then let's do that. And give me a second here.
So this code is wrapping the JavaScript already has stuff built in to read and write to local storage. So you're just basically saying serialize this and write it to local storage.
Yeah, it's a really easy. The JavaScript is really, really, really simple.
And everything we have in our object, the whole link, but the whole state container is savable to local storage, or are we just?
Yeah, I mean, anything that you can serialize is savable, right? So if you have it's possible to have something with like circular references that would not be serializable, but if you can serialize it to JSON, you can save it. If you can make it a string, it's just a string. You can save it.
One other thing, just in case you know it, because I kind of forget, there was IndexedDB, and then there was local storage. I think IndexedDB was like more complicated, and local storage is kind of the newer thing after that, right?
Well, IndexedDB was, it was. Early on, there was different abstractions for saving things, and there was IndexedDB, there was web SQL.
Oh, that's
There's
right.
local storage and session storage.
Yeah.
And in the end, local storage kind of won out over those. They don't quite work the same way. Like local storage is just a key value system where you provide a key and a value, and then you can get that thing back. And it's always a string, but because everything is JSON in JavaScript, it doesn't matter. You just say, you can literally save anything.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how we got here. I don't really know that much about IndexedDB, to be honest with you.
I think IndexedDB was like basically like a stripped down SQLite, but then again, you don't really need a relational database. Like you're saying, all you need is to save string key value pairs. So yeah.
Do it this way. And then
that looks good.
Well, first what I want to do is I want to get some JSON.
Oh,
like I want to serialize it first. Yeah, I know it's not included. And then we'll set it. I think that's right? Await JS. We don't even need to await this.
So I think so, because it is doing IO. I mean, technically it really won't matter, but
okay. So we need to say, so now that we're saving it, it's like, where do we want to save it? Well, like every time this thing changes. So whenever it gets set here, we want to do it. Copilot should save link bundle to local storage.
Await.
Oh, it wants to see. This is why I don't want to put the await here. It's like,
then you need to get rid of the async task.
Like if we just made this, if I just did
void, that'll work.
Tell me why I can't, chat. Tell me why I can't do that.
Well, now line 17 may complain, but yeah, I think you're okay.
Should be fine, right? So
it would only matter if it was taking any amount of time, and it's not going to.
No, it's going to be instant. So, okay. Then next here, this doesn't actually get this. So that what's frustrating about Blazor sometimes is that this setter isn't actually called every time you mutate a link bundle. It's only called on certain actions. Like if you remove something, if you create a new one, then you'll get a change here. But that's why we have like these handlers here, so that we can call notify state change every single time and get this consistent behavior, which means that we need to add this method every single one of these.
So yeah, I think the reason for that is if you're like using it by reference, if you're just calling directly into the thing rather than getting,
So it's like you think you could do it on notify state changed, but I tested this and this is not a good idea, because you don't actually know when this gets called this way. And if you set the user, it gets called. If you set the bundle, it gets called. And you just, that's not a good idea. So
So 3/7 is asking again about the await. Like, is there only a single thread, one a block? So the thing is here, this is going to take like nanoseconds to serialize even a large link bundle to JSON, and you know what I mean? Not nano, but it's
so,
going to be so
yeah, I
fast.
get the point that like, wouldn't you want to do it async so that it doesn't block the UI?
So technically you would, and then the trade-off is you need to then make the other stuff async, and then you need to update any of the callers into it to async. But yeah, technically you are.
Do I have to, or can't I just do like invoke? Like what's the
right way to do it is async.
Because I feel like you don't have to make a method a task. You can call it without making it a task. I forget the syntax.
Yeah. I mean, but again, like I think it would be impossible unless you're like running a.
I want to do it.
Yeah, let's try it. So then await. How much blows up if we do? Then you need to change those to await.
See what it says.
Oh, and then that. Yeah.
How's Copilot going to fix this? I feel like it's like there is the syntax for doing this. Chat, help. What's the syntax for this?
Yeah, okay. They're saying
what was that? There's a different. Oh, is my internet flaking out?
Oh.
My internet's flaking out.
Process runtime doesn't work synchronously.
Don, are you there?
I'm here.
My internet's super flaky. I lost you. I lost you completely. I thought I lost you.
It's me.
Oh, is it you?
Apparently it's me.
Yeah, it is you.
You just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. I wonder, let me ask, like, how can I call this asynchronously? I've become so reliant on Copilot that I can't.
What's it doing when Copilot's? Yeah, that was weird. My internet was like hit a rough patch and then it's fine again. Maybe because I didn't close.
Like await.
So there, yeah. So there's await void.
Yeah, there's a way of that, but then I have to make the whole. And I don't want to do that. There's a way to
honestly, I think you were fine. I think it's going to be impossible unless you're like running a load test on it to make it wait in any way.
There we go. Now Copilot's helping me out. What's it do? What did it do? To solve the problem, I would add the await keyword before the method call. Okay. Now what?
Now you need to.
I would mark.
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. I don't know that you can. Yeah.
To indicate the task is not being awaited. That just defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
I think you were fine without making it async.
All right.
Which I'm now going back on what I was saying.
Trying to do things right. All right. Okay, and then we need to load it from local storage.
Yeah.
Which does need to be a task. Is that right? JSON. Double checking.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. JSON await. Invoke async. Make it a string. This
and
is
now
what it's called.
Yeah, line 25, you need to do some null thing in case the deserialization fails.
Yeah. We can just save a new link bundle.
Yeah.
Right. So
I was trying to think of what else you could do, but basically, if it can't deserialize, start you can't do anything with it. So
no, because that's what this handles, right? Like if this whole thing is null, then
no, it's never going to be null because line 23 already did the null check.
Then
but
what's this doing?
That's saying if JSON deserializer fails,
then just add an empty. I hate to put an empty link bundle in there. I can just put
nothing else you can do at that point. You know what I mean? If we can't deserialize the JSON, then we don't have anything.
That's true. So let's then hydrate the local storage. Actually, let's test this.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a root edit? Let me just make sure we didn't have a root edit. Fool me once. Shame on you. All right, local storage. Let's check our local storage. Yeah, so you can see it. It's actually there.
That's so cool.
What? But it saved everything.
Yeah, well, that's what we're serializing the state container, right?
No, just the link bundle.
Well,
did we serialize the whole state container?
I think so.
Oh, just the link bundle. There it is.
And people are saying we could have some try catches in there and stuff, which is true.
We try catch this.
I mean, I guess really, it's like we're not going to have. It's very unlikely we're going to have a serialization issue.
And I could remove this null check, couldn't I? I could just be like, try to do this.
Yeah.
And if oh no, this is on the load. Nah, I'm fine with it, chat. I'm fine with it this way. We could do that, but it's fine for us to just load a new one. Okay, so this is working.
Here, it's fine. It's only the front end. Just refresh your browser.
None of this really matters.
Oh, look, there's an exception. Unhandled exception.
You know what? We should fix this right now. While we're here, I'm going to fix this in this. Oh, you know what? I didn't start a branch. Gosh, dang it, man.
Well, it's fine. It's easy to start a branch. I used to worry about that, and then now it's just like, because we're doing it regularly here. You're back on the Mac today, by the way.
I am. Yeah, back to the Mac.
All right.
Stream local storage. We'll call it that, and then we'll pop that stash. But let's fix this whole. So what we need to do here is it's in this call to that specific thing is in the new link. All right, here. Update link. So what we're going to do here is just try catch this whole thing.
Okay. All right.
And then
Copilot does it for you.
Well, yeah. So here, what we're going to do, basically, I just want to leave a comment here and say, like, we failed to get the OG info, but we can still add the link. So swallow the error. There isn't like we could. I mean, ideally, we could write this to like App Insights or something, but we don't really need to do anything here besides just like give up, be like, okay, we tried. Either it doesn't have any OG info or the link is bad or something. You're going to have to add it yourself, essentially.
Oh, right. Speaking of which, also, there's a thing called a Blazor error boundary, which we could be using.
To do what? To just like show errors?
Yeah. So what you can do with that is a component can have a Blazor. Right now, if Blazor dies, the whole page crashes and it shows that bar at the bottom.
Right.
You can basically put a Blazor error boundary in a component, and it'll handle it at the local level. And the whole page doesn't die, just the local, like the component will say failed to render or, or can retry or something. I mean, that's another thing, but that's style points in Blazor you can do.
I gotcha. So just another way to do error handling there.
So the whole page doesn't die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So in this case, like, let's try that again. I just misspelled this. So yeah, see, then it just dies and that's fine.
Yeah.
And it writes it out here. Except for I want to do like, I need like,
All right.
This is such a pain. I've been having this problem where maybe this is like an emulator thing. And like once you get into this state, you have to restart the emulator. I don't know why. Why? What did I do?
There's a discussion here about WASI SQL. Have you heard of that? I've not heard of WASI SQL. There's a lot of WASI stuff going on. We had Steve Sanderson on ASP.NET Community Stand-Up recently, a few weeks ago or something. And he was showing off some experiments with WASI modules, which is kind of neat.
All right. Yes, that's way over my head.
I mean, it's pretty neat, but it's like experimental early stage.
So let's do, let's hydrate this thing. And we usually do that in the main layout because this is going to get called no matter what. So we're going to try to get the client principal, and then we're going to like, let's load link bundle async. That's not, what is it called? Load link bundle from local storage.
Oh, wait.
Right?
That's my answer to everything. Yeah.
So provided that worked, and then when we refresh, it's still.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah. So
okay, this is a small thing, but this totally makes my day because I've had this happen. I'm getting ready for ASP.NET Community Stand-Up. I've got 15 links no, I don't have johngalloway.com. Domain squatter stole it from me. I'm very upset.
Well, at least our error handling works.
Yeah.
John Galloway threw an error.
I did. Yeah, but this is amazing.
.net?
No, it's dot. I mean, maybe.
What is it?
dot.net.
Yeah. Hey.
Look at that.
Get out of here. All right. And so that's what's refreshed. That's local storage. Now, we need to handle a few other cases. When we click new here, I think this currently just blows away the list. It does. Is that the behavior that we want? Do we want a user to just be able to blow away all their work?
Okay, well, should it prompt them?
It's we don't one way.
I mean, or, should new even be like disabled or something once you start a list?
Because you're already here?
Because, I mean, like, I don't know. This is getting a little deeper, but like, I could see disabling the list, and then another tricky thing is what happens if you click on my lists?
And then go back to new?
Yeah.
New is going to blow away the list no matter what you do, right? So if you come here and you come here, it's gone.
It's gone.
It resets it. So here's what I think we should do. New takes you to this page. Okay. It never destroys what's in this page.
Okay. So local storage is local storage.
Right. And so then what we need to do is change that nav bar so that when we say new list, we're not doing this.
Okay.
Which should fix it. So now if I'm like this, and then I'm like, oh, but I want to, oh, shoot, I don't want to do that. And it's still there.
Okay. I'm in love. That's amazing. I wasn't convinced when you first said it, but yeah, I love it. Now, okay, but what if I do want to delete it?
If you want to clear the list?
Oh, delete this list down at the bottom.
Yes, except for that's not what this does. That's not why this is here. This is here for this. I'm here and I'm like, this list I don't want anymore. And then you delete the list.
Okay, but let's see. If you're on new and then you click.
See, I'm on new. But see, this isn't really new. This is editing a list. This is not new. This is not a new list. It's an edit.
Okay, so let's do the case where you go back to the home page or something. And if you create a new list.
I can't at this point because it won't reset the list.
Oh.
Now, if I hit delete this list, it will reset it.
Okay, that's fine with me then. But then now it's deleted the list.
Well, if I had it hasn't, right? But it's supposed to like make a trip to the server and delete the list.
Yeah.
Which I might not want to do. I might just want to like clear the screen, start over.
Yeah.
We need a different UI element for that.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Let's get in that state. So start on a new list. Like just type in something. Okay. Now click on what I think is delete this list. I mean, we're really getting like nitpicky here. Until the list has been saved, I would change that button at the bottom from delete this list to clear list.
Clear the list. So in that case, in the edit page,
I mean, I'm just talking off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but I do feel like until you've saved it, it should say clear.
Right. So we can say if, we can just check and say if it's published, then we're going to delete the list on the server. Otherwise, we're going to do that. That's delete link. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I need to delete the list. Where's delete list? Boop. It's reset link. It's this one here, which is not quite accurate. That's terrible naming. Who did that?
I don't know. It's all
Let's change this to delete link bundle. And then okay.
There's one other error now. See that red dot on the scroll bar?
Oh yeah. So if the link bundle is already published and there is no user, reset the link bundle. I don't think we actually need this anymore.
Okay.
So now, we're logged in. Okay, we go to a list, and we're like this, and then we say delete this list. It's not it shouldn't do anything because this list is published. However, if we said new list, which see like there's no way to get to a new list though.
Okay, so I mean now we're getting into these weird conditionals, but if you have a list loaded and you click new, that should create a new list.
Okay, but if let's say if that's what we were doing before, but then we backed out of that because it's kind of a foot gun.
Well, okay, so there's different cases. If I have a new list that I'm working on that's not saved,
right?
Like, okay, so there's different states. If I have here, you've got an existing list that has, like, you can talk through the states. If the state has been saved and I click new list, it should create a new list. If I have a new list that has not been saved, new list should be disabled and there should be a clear button.
What is going on? My internet messed up again, John?
No. I see you.
I'm having the weirdest, like something is wrong here. This is not, it's going to localhost though. Anyway.
Well, what are those errors? Oh my gosh. I think I lost Burke. I don't know. Or maybe I'm gone. Chat, did Burke drop or did I? Burke worked out. Oh my goodness. It's weird. The internet. What is happening internet today? I don't know how long Burke will be out. What do I got to look at? I could show, while we're waiting on Burke, I guess I could try. Here's my pull request with .NET 8. I did. Oh, you're back, Burke. No, Burke is gone. Okay. So here's how I was testing stuff. I did that thing. Let's copy link, and then I'm going to do an in private. And I'm curious, like we've got some smart Blazor people on here, so they can tell me if I'm doing this wrong. This is how I was reading to test the WASM size and everything. So this is in private. We're doing the loading, and now it's showing the thing. Whoa. Okay. So I may have blown it up because I'm trimming too much stuff. But here I'm seeing 4.3 megabyte resources. So that's how I was testing the loading. I think I actually broke it by over trimming stuff. And then I could go back to this, and if I go to the previous instance of it, copy link, go here, and then I'm being overly careful, but I'm actually doing, because the way it caches WebAssembly is different than local storage, from my understanding. And so an easy way to do this is to go, yeah, okay, I don't know what's going on now. I'm going to blame it on the internet again. Missing method exception. So I think some of this comes down to if you're trimming too much stuff. And then one other thing I'll try, we'll go back to here. This is our main one that's working before I did all the trimming. And let's see how this does. So I'll go to inspect, network. Surprised how long Burke's taken, honestly. All right. So this is showing total resources 7.4 and 2.5 transferred. And I think this is because of Brotley and stuff like that. So there's some like aggressive compression. So I think the amount we worry about is this 2.5 megabytes transferred. This is what I was hoping to lower down. But when I was testing it with .NET 8 on static web apps, it was going up. And in some cases, a chunk, like a lot. So that's why I started saying, like, trim all the localization and everything. I'm going to see if Burke is back on Teams, because he may be pinging me there. Otherwise, if he does not come back, may wrap up early-ish, because we are actually planning to do a slightly shorter show today anyways, because we didn't have a huge amount of stuff and things are happening. Okay. Hello. So I think Burke may be coming back. He is pinging me on Teams, having issues. I'm going to ask him, should could be windy. Oh, there's Burke. There's Burke. Okay. Oops.
Wait, I'm having internet issues lately, and I think it's my router.
Are you having weather where you're at? Because a lot of places are having weather.
Yes, I'm having weather, but it's not the weather. It's been.
Oops. I keep removing you when you add yourself. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
So that's why that was happening. So forget what I was saying. I was saying that when you click here, if there is a current list, like if the list isn't empty when you click here, then we know that you had some previous work happening, right? And then we can warn you at that point and say, hey, this is going to create a new list if you click this button. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah. So we can either leave it as it was and just be like, hey, you click new, you cleared your screen. Sorry, buddy. Or we can say, or we can get down these states of like, okay, if you've got an existing saved thing and you click new, go ahead and clear it because it's already been saved. If you have an unsaved one and you click, then we disable the new button.
Okay, so if we get into like the nitty gritty of what's actually happening here, it's essentially we want to know, is the current list dirty?
Yeah.
If
Yep.
it isn't dirty, we don't care. The
Right.
new can create a new, we don't care. There's no changes.
Yeah.
So what we really need to do, I think, John, is add a dirty flag
Yeah.
to that link bundle and track that.
Agree. And for like, this is kind of a term I've heard used a lot, but like for people that don't know or haven't heard this before, dirty checking is just a thing. Has my state been changed on this thing?
Right.
Have I made edits that are not saved yet?
So if we went that route,
saying that your top bar is starting to look like a Windows XP desktop tray.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. What is there?
There is. You don't have an AOL up there, but you got most of the other stuff.
This is what is this, Magnet or something? What, I don't even know what this is. This is Folder Hub. Folder Hub's cool. You just like put your mouse at the top, and then all your latest files are right there, and then you can just like drag them in.
Okay, that is nice.
This is Sizer.
I mean, as long as it's doing stuff, there's plenty of space up there.
This is Adobe.
I mean, you don't need.
Dude, there are too many, man.
There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You know what the other thing is? Mac had the sidebar thing for a while, and I don't think people actually used it. I forget what it's called. You know what I mean? That right thing.
You mean the dock? This thing?
No, there's like up in the. If you click on.
Oh, the notifications thing over here?
Yeah. There's a whole thing you can write notifications. Like, I think people don't use that as much as Windows has
this. Windows has the same thing, and I don't use it there either.
Right. I know, yeah. And now it's funny because Windows has the notification thing, and it has the widget bar, which is mostly just for showing crappy like MSN news.
Yes, I don't understand that. If that
they're making the option to remove that.
They should just call it the rage bar. Would you like to open a rage bar? Yeah, I do not want the rage bar. I would like to opt out of the rage bar.
Okay, here's my, at the risk of like who knows what's here, but I've got that. Okay, neat.
That's fine. I'm talking about the one on the other side.
Okay, right. So let's see what's going on over here.
Do we have to?
Like, and I actually went through and like curated my interests, but I don't need to know about a death penalty for. But yeah, anyways, it's.
Or we found $1 cash back. Like,
right.
I mean,
it's not needed. Let's go back to you.
I feel like I'm at the supermarket checking out, and there's all of that stuff right there, like all the magazines, like whatever the prince and princess name their kids or who's fighting or whatever. You know, it's like I'm just trying to live my life. I really don't want to be involved in any of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going in the weeds, but I think this is part of the anti-patterns of different business units needing to show cash flow, you know, and like whatever business unit is like, yeah, but we're making sponsorship money. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I get it, right? Like both you and I need to work here so that we can do this on Fridays. Maybe we should stop complaining about it.
Okay.
There we go. All right, so I'm going to add a is dirty flag here.
Okay.
And we're going to come on, Copilot. Copilot is like, I don't know. You're on your own. And we're going to set it to false by default. So we're going to have to manually turn this thing on. And the way that we're going to do that, this is so simple. It's crazy.
This is weird. This is completely unscripted. This is the most unscripted we've been in a while.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here is in the new link here, anytime a new link is added here.
Yep.
Where is it at? On valid submit. Is it new link? Yeah. So update link. This is where the new link gets added, right? So we update link and then we invoke. See, invoke async. This is what I mean. You could do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People were saying that earlier, actually.
So anytime a new link is added, we're going to change this, but we don't actually do that. We don't actually add anything to the state container here, do we? We do not. We throw it up and out.
Oh, is the component handling that?
So let's hold on. Let's see here.
Oh my
I think we
goodness.
could do it in a state container.
The whole
So
app
we
runs
should
in the
add,
state
yep,
container.
here. Yep. And then we just say
Is dirty.
So now it's dirty.
Okay.
Now there's a fringe scenario here.
So do we automatically clear that when we save it? When you save the link, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to sing that song. Burke was like on a roll too. I thought there were some exciting things happening. Let's see if he comes back. Yeah, people work. It's 55 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. That is some number of centigrade Celsius. Yeah. What are we doing? Okay, let me. Look, I'm. This is not the best view either. Like I'm in a giant screen. I might as well share. I'll add my screen to the stage because I feel. Okay. Yeah, temperature check. Let's hear. We got people all over the world. Give me your Celsius. Very interested. 55 Fahrenheit is what Celsius? I don't even know. Yeah, we kind of skipped out on the bad weather here recently. I've got family in Maryland right now that had like slept in their basement the other night because there were high winds. So it's going to be around 0 degrees Celsius in a few days, which has been nice. We got Surly Dev 3 Celsius. All right. Cool. Yeah. This is where we need the weather report turned back on. I'm going to check if Burke is here. Otherwise, we're planning on doing a short show, so we may wrap soon. Let me see. Okay. What? I was actually pretty excited by this is dirty check, though. Okay, we've got 11 Celsius there. Okay, Toto flyby. Yep. And Jamaica, if we still got Jamaica on the horn, I'm interested there. This was a Stealthy Archer. Okay. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not. I can't believe those temperatures don't exist. These aren't actually things. Yeah, no, that's not true. You can't do this. Can't fool me with that. What is 55 Fahrenheit to Celsius? 12 Celsius. Okay. That sounds colder to me than 55 Fahrenheit. Summer, yeah. We do pay for it here, but that's a benefit of San Diego. Okay. I guess I'll take a look at our list of where we're at. If we can cross the thing off. We didn't have a local. Oh, there it is. Save state to local storage. I'm going to move that to there. And then I'm going to move that to there because I'm going to call it done. I did investigate this, but it's kind of in an intermediate state. Burke had done some work to link this, but we didn't turn it on. API needs to work with user accounts. That is done. So I'm going to move that over. Okay. I don't believe. What is this view in GitHub? This is the project. So this is a thing that people don't use enough, I think, in GitHub. But it's a thing. So here I can go into here. I've got projects. There's different styles of these. There's ones where you can just directly tracks issues. These ones are not issues, but you can promote them to issues. And you can very easily just say like track dirty state for unsaved links on those. And it automatically puts it there. And I'm going to put it there. We can move it to the top. So yeah, we use these. You'll see them on some like GitHub. I don't know. Like let's check. I mean, I'm just all over the place here, but GitHub. We're not doing that. We'll go to .net. You'll see different amounts of them here, but like here, there's projects. So, you know, like, and these are, some are private here because I'm logged in, but here's the .NET Unified build. And these are linked directly to issues. So we use them a ton. So yeah, I encourage, and there was there's two styles of them that you can create when you create a project. So if I say new project, there's templates for them you can do too. So I don't know, like you can create a project template for your org. But then, and there's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking those out. There's Burke again. Yay, Burke. I'm out of Phil stuff here. I'll be honest.
Man.
Should we wrap here anyways? Because I actually needed to go. Or do you want to wrap up the Is Dirty business?
Wrap up the what? Oh, the Is Dirty. Yeah. So I know you got to go. So let me just, because the only other thing is we have to set it as being not dirty after we save it.
Yeah.
So if we go, where do we actually do that? That's in the edit page, right?
Yes. It looks like
no. It's in the list details. It's here. Publish it.
When you publish, yeah, but even it's not just when you publish.
It's going to get reset though, because it sends the response back from the server, which is going to send back what was in the database. Right? So it's automatically going to be set to not dirty when it comes back. That's the magic.
Trying to control my camera. No, okay.
Right?
Oh, you're right. Because it creates a new link bundle.
All right. So in this case, then, since we're setting it dirty, we don't need to check. Where are we setting it dirty? Weren't we setting it dirty somewhere?
Yeah, we were setting it dirty when you add a link. But you did that in the
state container.
Yeah.
So we set it dirty. So now we just need to check when you click on new link here, new list, right? We need to check and say
my camera's going everywhere. Sorry.
If it's dirty, then we're not going to do anything. We need to check for the inverse, right? If it's not dirty, then
it's true. Sorry, I got it. Okay. Thank you.
There we go, like that.
Okay.
That's all we have to do, right? And then in our edit, do we have a condition on delete? So here we don't need, it doesn't really matter. No, it does matter. We still need to do this.
Yes, okay. You do need to delete it from the server.
All right. Is this all still running? Very angry. What's going on? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you're changing a lot of stuff. This is the rudest of edits.
It is. Okay, so here, if I say this and then I hit the new button, this is dirty.
Yeah.
So it should not reset it. And it does not.
Okay.
If I come here, I'm connected over my phone, hence the.
Okay. This is like our first episode where you had a hurricane coming.
Yeah, so this is working.
Okay.
But I can't. Why are my lists not? Come on, just give me one. There we go. So now this list is not dirty.
Correct.
So if I click new, it clears it out.
That's good. Okay, now the one weird I think this is good enough. I think we should probably commit this and save it and stuff. I still would want to play with it a bit because you go there, add a new item to the list. Is that now dirty?
It is now dirty.
So will it let you click on new? All right.
Do you want to? Because you could come in here, make a ton of changes and be like new.
So
now you're in another scenario where you can't create a new list.
You're in a weird state. And because it's in local storage, you're basically like, you got to delete your account. So this is where you either, I don't know.
Or the other thing we could say is like new list always gives you a new list. Always just gives you an empty page. And if there's a list loaded, then we just prompt to be like, hey, this will clear out your current list to start over. You sure you want to do that?
That's probably better.
That's a better thing to do.
Okay. Otherwise, here we're going down a road of like trying to outthink the user a bit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we shouldn't do this or we should do this. And it's like a button that does different things depending on state is confusing.
So I know you have to run, John. Do you have to run or can we?
I probably should in 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes.
Yeah. So in that case, let's walk back a lot of these changes here.
Okay.
And since that we don't, so what did we change here? Reset link bundle. We're just going to walk back this change completely.
Okay.
In the state container, we changed a lot. And then we added the is dirty. So we actually want to take that out of the state container.
Okay.
For the main layout, I think we're just hydrating. We want to keep that. For the nav bar, we want this out.
Okay. Yeah, this is something where we can think about it over time.
Revert this whole file.
Okay.
Discard the changes there. And new link, what did we do? Try and catch. We want to keep this.
Yeah.
It's good.
Link, you know, one thing we could have done is that is dirty. Yeah, no, I was gonna say we could like show a warning on the thing, but oh, you reverted the comment.
I reverted the comment because that's just silliness. All right, so there we go.
Okay. Oh, wait. No. You got to auto.
Sorry.
I've been using these a lot. They're good, but they're like a little too specific sometimes. They'll write huge like commit messages. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So then push it. I did commit. Didn't I? What's this?
Stream local storage.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Branch.
There we go. And then I'll just merge this.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, this is good stuff. Honestly, I think this is a great example of we goofed around, we lost internet connection, all that, but the actual code to do local storage was not a lot.
No, very simple.
And it totally transforms the experience on the website. And I want to use this more on my apps because this is really nice.
So this is one of the areas, John, where I really struggled with the Vue app because of the way that Vue handles state containers. And it's pretty complex, or at least it was then. And you had actions and getters and mutators, and saving that thing to local storage, not easy. This is an example where Blazor is just way easier, or at least our implementation here is way easier.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to hear.
All right. Good chat. We'll see you next Thursday.
Okay. I'll play Thursday. Do you mean Friday?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We do the VS Code live stream on Thursdays.
Okay.
Thursday and Friday.
Okay. I'm going to play the thing and play some music, and we're out of here.
All right. See ya.